damn it! I almost had it. I was almost at 9. I was fine. Like I was ready to go at 8:59, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta piss real quick, and then I pissed real quick, and then we're here. So today is the day we start Ace Attorney Investigations, a game that I may have spoiled myself. Oops, sorry, let me put the headset on. That a younger Aiden may have spoiled himself on the main killers, and just seen clips and shit because I watch Ace Attorney things. I see things in the community. I still have not actually played, and I'm looking to get in there, and I'm gonna do all the voices and shit, and it's gonna be a great fucking time. Before we do that, though, we've got to make sure that Animal Crossing is live. There it is. We're gonna play some Animal Crossing, of course. Daily thing. I don't know. I'm acting like this is new. Today is day. Well, it's March 18th, but let's see here. 31 plus 28. That's today is day 77. Ooh, 77 days. Okay, well, probably more like 50 with days I haven't streamed or whatever. But I did yesterday, so there's nothing to add there. I'm just fixing something on my end. Literally nothing that matters. Hello, Mael. Looking garbage as always. She was wearing that fucking apron. That stupid apron that I hate. Oh, I see what happened here. Wait, hold on. How can I change this? Oh. Sorry, I am yet again messing with something on my end. That doesn't matter in the slightest. Okay. It's just my OCD fucking with me. Boom! Bam! Okay, hell yeah. Kix is here. Okay, well, he'll have new things. Maybe he'll have something that's actually worth it. That's actually worth a damn. Maybe. Oh yeah, dive suit, because we need to go book it there right away. Actually, we need to book it to the museum right away. Because I could have done that yesterday. I could have donated the few things to donate. I remembered that, like, right after streaming it. I was like, oh, I could have gone to the museum to at least clear out a few. Who found me? Hey, Tian Shang. You wanna... reaction, of course. Those are the words I was trying to say, and then, like, something reset. Someone, like, unplugged a cord there for a second. Cool. Alright. Donate, sell, and then we go back. Well, I might as well just hit Katrina while I'm right there. And then we'll go back to my house and start there, kinda. I got... No. I don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. Turban Shell, Chambered Nautilus, Umbrella Octopus, and the Firefly Squid. We just need one Spider Crab. But we can also get it in April, too. And if we don't get it in April, we're fucked. We're fucked. And you can't get it. You can't get it anymore. So, we make sure that we do that. But since I had to pop into the museum, we're obviously going to pop into the Roost. I want to say Benjamin, but Benjamin's another one. Why am I blanking on your name? Biscuit! I knew it was a B1. Yeah. Full vacation mode. Hell yeah. If I were still designing hotel rooms, you would get a VIP room, unless someone better showed up. I still have the plan where Judy, whatever day Judy shows up, because there's like 500 villagers. She's bound to show up at some point, surely. And assuming like I don't get her or whatever, or like I move the streak over or something, she shows up on December 31st, the last day that. Well, technically the last day I stream it will be January 1st, because I'm celebrating New Year's in the game. We will be celebrating New Year's in the game. So technically speaking, January 1st will be the last day that this is streamed, but December 31st, because I'm probably just going to stream at night, no shit. Judy is coming to the hotel. I'll use my amiibo cards, and I'll bring her here. Assuming she's not, and assuming she hasn't already showed up, and assuming she isn't, like, living on my island or something, I don't know. I'd need some astronomical luck to get that to happen. Or a shitload of Nook Miles tickets. I don't know. I was kind of thinking about, I think I mentioned it like last month or whatever. I was like, I kind of thought about like doing Nookazon at one point just to see if I could get like a shitload of tickets and then have like a day where we just go through a bunch of islands or some shit. But I feel like that takes out like at least a bit of the fun. And mainly it's like, okay, what would I have to give up to get a bunch of tickets, you know? But I would like to do it. Oh, for a second I thought the lights were off. I was like, what? No, but I'm playing it in normal time. Normal-ish. I thought about doing 8, but I'm working on the fraud arena ranking, and I was like, just do 9 anyways. That's fine, you know. In my mind, I'm averaging like a little over 2 hours, like 2 to a little over 2 hours per Ace Attorney, I don't know, session, stream. So 9 p.m. is like the perfect time. Because obviously if I go longer, I go longer, you know. Obviously if I take less time in Animal Crossing, then I don't know. Same thing, just gonna briefly look at this. Nope. Do I need to? Do I need to? I was kind of like, oh yeah, just in case there's anything else. But no, my foyer is done. Basement is done. No, we don't need to check that anymore. I think everything is, all my walls and floors are like done. I'm very proud of what we have. So, yay, yippee. Okay, but we're gonna go to Harv's Island. And actually, while it is transitioning from here to Harv's Island, I'm gonna go change into some pajama pants. I was wearing normal clothes earlier today, but then like after I ran errands and shit, I was like, do I still want to wear jeans? No. So I just threw on some comfortable clothes. But now it's getting, I mean, I could just like lower the AC, but I know I'm gonna regret it in like an hour. So I'm just gonna change out of shorts and put pants on, some pajama pants. I'll do that right now. Give me airborne. Throw me up there. Up in the air. Oh, no, okay. Touchdown! Woo! A touchdown because all the sports are good! Wow! There's like an explosion sound effect there. It's crazy. Alright, Katrina. Yep, I'd like to know my luck. I'd like to know my luck. Yep. I imagine pretty soon I'll just stop giving a shit about Katrina. Because I don't really care about the money. The belongings thing is kind of nice. But I like... If anything, maybe I just stop after today. I really don't care. I'll still show up here on Mondays for the new stuff. And then maybe I'll get like my fortune on a Monday. I'll pretend it's like a weekly blessing. Or maybe, I don't know. Yep, it never does. Okay, so belongings good. Yep, okay. Cause what if she gives me a bad blessing or whatever, you know? Then it's just a waste of a grand right there. Yeah. And half the time I forget about it. Well, I mean, I've been pretty good about remembering it. So, you know, the more things we can kind of like cut out, the better. Not like I need to leave Animal Crossing out to dry. It's just, you know, I don't need 50 hours worth of footage for each month, especially because that won't happen. January is just loaded because the first 15 days were us, like, completing the main game. No, it was, like, the first, like, 12 days or whatever. We were beating the main game, got KK Slater on our island and shit. And then it was still, like, big improvements and everything, so... I knew January was going to be the biggest. I knew January was going to be fucking massive, and then everything else was going to be a lot... Maybe more normal size, let me say that. You know. Fucking, like, the last 2 days of January is when the Cold War started. So I just want to pop in and say hi to Aurora. I gotta visit like our new villagers a lot. You know, Leopold, Bettina, and Aurora. Well, Leopold has kind of come into his own. Bettina has kind of come into her own. Aurora, we're trying to get there. You know, I need to make them feel like as if they're as equal as everyone else who's been here since I don't know, they first moved in, I guess. Thanks for coming. No problem. It's not much longer till Hornsby. Holy shit, your eyes are red. Aurora, are you feeling okay? She's like a fucking robot, and she just awakened up. She's like, I must kill. Rip, tear. I activated her. I said something about the Cold War, and she's like, Hornsby's birthday. It's not much longer until Hornsby's birthday. Aurora, if you're gonna be some sort of like murder robot, I hope you are on our side at least. It's not much longer until Hornsby's birthday. I must make sure he can't experience it. The 20th. Do they normally like mention birthdays? Because I don't remember anyone saying that for Pangos or Anacates, or just like in general in any of my Animal Crossing worlds ever. But my day plans to make sure I don't forget again. Well, I won't forget because it's the day that the Animal Crossing had, you know. Its anniversary. New Horizons' anniversary. It's also the day that episode 8 comes out for the Digital Circus. And I mean, okay, we'll definitely play that night. Cause I was like, oh, but I have my friend coming over and we're gonna watch it. So I don't know. But she goes to bed pretty early, so there's no fucking way that I'm like fully kept here all night. Hell no. It'll probably just be like a 9 or 10 p.m. stream or some shit, but we will be playing Animal Crossing on the 20th. Yes, we will. Even if it ends up just being Animal Crossing. I think that's... Oh, wait, I did just give it Money Rock. What am I doing? Even if it ends up just being Animal Crossing, I think that's super possible. I actually have a reminder set in the morning to make sure that I don't know, that I actually stream during the day. Because I think last week I wanted to, and I just kind of forgot. And then... No, I wasn't... No, last week wasn't... Whatever. Oh, Sword and Scabbard? Hell yeah. Yep. That'll go great with my warrior set. I mean, I do have that, but like, I've been kind of thinking about that one going bye-bye. I don't know. Alright, whoever's singing in my left ear, it's annoying because it's only in my left ear. It's Zell. Shush. Zell does not have a good singing voice. Zell has a good shutting the fuck up and getting back to the plan voice. Oh shit. 1,000 miles for that. Okay. Neat. Oh yeah, whatever. Just making sure that I stream tomorrow morning. Or just like during the day. It's probably like noon. Noon, I'd say. Or for those not in this time zone, like 9 hours ago. 9 hours ago? In 24 hours. 15 hours from now. How about that? Yeah, I think that's a better way of phrasing it. Nook shopping, because I don't want to do it on my phone or else I'm going to fully forget to keep moving my streak. I don't know if I have it. I do kind of like the projection screen. I think I don't want to throw that somewhere outside. Ooh, mini like outside theater thing? But like, where would I put it? I don't really have anywhere to start making like new things. Assuming it's just like a screen and then like I put like 2 dinky little chairs. Maybe like the director's chairs. Yeah, let's do that. I'll buy like 2. I'll buy like 3. No, I'll buy 4 so it sits in like a row, nice and even. Ooh. I have a little idea for where it's gonna go. I don't think it'll like fit well with my world, but it'll fit well enough. And also, holy shit, the air conditioner I got was $63,000. Okay, Wisp, maybe you do know some of the expensive things. Anyways, director's chair. Yep, I'm gonna buy 4. Which is the perfect amount. Actually, no, it's not, because I bought the fucking KK song. Damn it, so next week we'll buy 1. Or tomorrow we'll buy 1. Actually, I'm gonna throw some money in the ABD. No, let me pull money out! because we're going to put down our last incline today. Yep, just take out. There we go. See, we still have a little over 3 million, and that's supposed to last us like 8.5 months. Very possible. It's not going to, because I'm going to throw a little more money in the turnip game eventually, so I can make that like whole profit achievement thing. But like, I'm not that worried about it. Hell, you know what? It wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't even do that achievement, because where else are my miles gonna go? Where? I'll probably still go for it. It's not that big of a burden. It's not really a burden at all. Yeah, I gotta do one more incline. One more incline. And we said natural. So I actually didn't need to pull out. I mean, I needed to pull out some money, but, you know, not a whole 100 grand right there. That's a lot. I'm glad that I remembered there, because I almost just fucking went to stone staircase. See, I'll just put like 50k away. Yeah. Because we're going to be selling stuff, and I don't want to have like inventory space taken up by a little extra money bag. Hell no. No. No, that's bad. That's evil. Scandalous, I'd say. Alright. I'm gonna grab a Dr. Pepper, and I will let the group stretching run. I mean, obviously, it's not gonna run the whole time. My fridge is right around this corner here. It'll take me not that long. Count with me, chat, but count in like milliseconds. 1 millisecond, 2 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds, 3.5 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, 5 milliseconds. Holy shit! Call me the Flash. Call me the black blur, the white blur, the way too pale blur, the opaque blur, the bright blur, the blinding blur. Ooh, I like that because it can go both ways. Kix was looking at me weird. He's like, dude, why aren't you fucking doing anything? You're the person in the middle. Like, you're not even gonna, like, try. He's out of rhythm, too. Not my tempo, or whatever the guy says. I've never seen Whiplash. It probably got picked up by the mic, but I was saying that exact same thing when I came back from putting the pajama pants on. I say it might have gotten picked up because when I popped out here, I could see the audio bar moving, and I was like, oh, did that get picked up? Weird. And that was just in my head. And we stand up straight. And we stand up straight. My heart goes out. My heart goes out to everyone. My heart goes out to you all. My heart does. His didn't. Ew. A little too close to my home, and I don't like that. No barrel-eye. Okay, but I got mail, for starters. Oh, that fucking storage shed. Okay, I'll put that outside somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe by the shop, and I'll do it as like, oh, so I can like take things. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay, dude. Oh, I need to go out to the island again so I can customize the storage shed. Or, how much I appreciate me. Or, let tomorrow Aiden deal with it.
Yep.
Incline marker. Okay. Put the song in the playlist. Put the shit in storage. And then, yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah, no. Water flowers. I was like, there's one other reason I came over here. Yeah, I got one of the flower. What was the one in the store? The one that I just bought? Okay, I don't think it is here then. For a second, I thought I briefly was like, oh, fuck, I do have it, but no. Oh, completely fucked over my house. Nope. Ooh, it's like creepypasta vibes in here now. Ugh, I have like a gut feeling, and it's pretty bad. Woo! I'm cured! Thank God. Yes. Yes. Weird. Okay. Sorry, I noticed the Animal Crossing thing. I mean, Animal Crossing is not overpowering me, the audio, but I keep that audio bar the same for every time I use the window capture. And I guess there was a day where I like reset it or moved it or some shit. Whatever. Point is, I lowered the volume. And it's not because of Animal Crossing, it's because I know in the future I'm probably gonna fuck that up and like forget about it. Because I'm just so used to keeping it at the same bar. Kind of. Oh, I should have tested it with Ace Attorney Investigation, seeing how loud things are. Because I'm running it through my computer. Well, I bought it on Steam is what I mean, you know. I was going to buy it on Switch because that's where I have every... Hell yeah, one more. Nice. Well, all the flowers grew today. Yesterday we had like 2 grow, or 1. Oh, we got 6 of them today. That's crazy. All my other Ace Attorney games are on the Switch. You know, well, the regular collection, the the regular trilogy, Apollo Justice trilogy, and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. However, it was on sale on Steam, and it wasn't on sale on the Switch. So I was like, well, I'll live. It's not like I do it on Switch for a reason. If anything, I'd rather do it on like Steam or the Xbox or something, so I actually get like achievements, man. You know, I like having those achievements pop up, man. I'm a completer. I go crazy for them achievements. Yeah. Okay. Alright, one of these flowers. We'll drop the Peruvian flower off eventually. But yeah, I suppose, like, no fossils, no shit. The days are definitely gonna fly by a bit. And that's fine. It doesn't need to be too crazy. And then, you know, the months will still fill up because I have to, like, catch all the new March bugs and fish and the deep sea things. And I'm still, like, doing things with the island in general. You know, I'm not at all worried about it. It's just on my mind because I'm a rambler and I say everything on the top of my head. I have no filter. I say first and think later. That's how I've worked. That's like my fucking motto. Actually, I have several things I can consider my motto. You know, it's not a mystery, it's history. It didn't happen. The whole perfect isn't real thing. All right. I didn't want to look in the corner, so I just decided to close my eyes. Flashy jacket. I kind of like the red, but I bought a few red things recently. I think I'm good. It's like, it's kind of close, but no, I have several other jacket things and stuff I'm looking for in the future, so I don't think I need to buy every piece. Oh, the noble dress is here today, huh? Oh, I wore this for a while on one of my islands. We've probably seen it as I've like scrolled through the clips in the past. It was definitely this hat, but you know, I don't really want it. I don't know, I pointed that out. Yeah, no, it completely fucks over the hair. Granted, most of the hats do. That's just why I don't buy a lot of hats. I say as though I'm pretty sure I have several like hats at home. I don't know. We could check it out, and then I'll probably end up taking out a few things while I'm there, like the warrior stuff, because I've been kind of thinking about it today. After I mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, I think I do want to take that out. I think I do. Yay, $1 grand, but don't worry. I'm gonna make insane profit. I don't think I mentioned it yesterday or the day before. No, the day before is when it happened, but I should have mentioned it yesterday. Beside the shop, I'll run over there. I could have taken the pipe, and I'm gonna run over there because I feel like it. This is a money tree right here. I put 99,000 there on purpose. I want to see if we hit it because it said that it's a 30% chance. But I need to put this money tree somewhere. So I think I'm gonna cut down. I'll cut all 3 of these down and just put it right in the middle instead. A little too tree cluttered right here. These trees are cluttering things right here. They're probably. I bet all 3 of these were money trees that just are no longer providing me with money, obviously. Unless it was like a fruit tree and I picked fruit, but I don't remember doing that, so. They are probably just regular ass, boring, stupid, gay, derogatory trees. And I don't say that lightly. I never do. I never do. Alright, so like right here, how about that? Did she say who the person was? I don't remember. Oh. Okay, well, it's not red. It was Kix. It was Kix. Okay. I blanked on it. Why does every, like, tourist find this spot? Why is this the hot spot for, man, I don't know where the hotel is? Is this part of the beach like a memory wiping thing? Everyone just goes like foggy brained, like I don't know, where am I? Where's a hotel? What is this place? Who are these people? Why are they all animals? Like why is everyone there? Why are all the tourists going there? And they're all brain dead. They've all been lobotomized before coming here. That's what Nook doesn't tell you about. Everyone's like, oh, I gotta speak to Nook before I go to the island. And then Nook is like, hey, we'll actually have a meeting with you real quick. We'll sit you down in a chair. We'll have a nice chat. And then we'll see if I can get you an invitation to the island. That's way too small. This is a sea butterfly right here. But I'll catch it because my bobber's already in the water. I don't want to fuck up my streak. I'm probably like 99 fish into my streak. I just need one more. I just need to catch this one more. That's definitely sea butterfly size. But don't worry, sea butterfly is easy to catch. Let's go! I hit the streak! Well, let's see it. It says 99 into 100, right? Okay, so I might have been at 41 instead, and this is my 42nd right here. Surely. Surely that's what it is. The copium is insane, man. That's what Moist Critical would put on a thumbnail about me. Totally. And not some other shit like, this dude's fucking insane. This dude's like clinically insane. Oh my god. Asylum patient? And there's like question marks. You can tell I don't watch Moist Critical. I don't know if he would do that. I just know the one meme where it's like the Moist Critical situation is crazy, and it's him in like a fake nose and mustache, like the glasses thing. Ah, shit, I don't think I'd have enough space. I was thinking of the projector screen. I probably could. Projector screen right here, and then put a few chairs right down here. But I would probably have to like move the windmill, and then it would kind of fuck up the lamp. No, I don't think I'd put it here. I'm not sure where I'd want to put it then. Oh, money. Alright, cool. Alright, but we will add the ramp right here, which means I'm going to have to do some cliffscaping. So, hey, we got some things to do. Not much. Not much at all. But I want to see if there's a golden trout or golden trout, because that's the last thing we need up here. Alright. Oh, I suppose it's in a different spot now. I've been getting a little used to just hitting it down once and it's right there. Now they're changing shit on me. No. Oh, no, that's not the button. Nope, that's not the button either. That's not the button either. It's that button. 4th time's the charm. You can tell I terraform all the time. Okay, so do I just... Oh, I don't want it to break the rock. So... Oh, that's a good rock placement, man. I like having the rock here. I like having both my rocks here for, like, the swampy shit. But I think... Unless I start to, like, take... I might be okay with doing that. Like, if I cut this right here, and then, like, right here... Because incline is 2 spaces. Okay, so actually 2 spaces means I did not need to do that. Whoops, sorry. So I just took it down a little bit. The tree above might fall. Go fuck yourself. Ugh, ignore the stars. There are no stars out tonight. Okay, and then I'm not going far enough in for that tree, too. No. I want the ramp to be a little obscured behind the cliff here. Only a little bit, though. You know, obviously, I still want to see it from like the front and side and shit. But I think it would fit better, at least like hiding it, kinda, and I like that. Wait, hold on. I think it's too... Well, I don't know if that's the right size. This is probably just a dace. I think this is the wrong size. But just in case it's not... Nah, it was a dace, yep. Because I'm pretty sure dace is a size above, like golden trout. And, the other one, cherry salmon? Was cherry salmon the... Whatever, fucking who cares. It wasn't one, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's dig in like 4. And then like right here. No, I need to be closer. It's like right here. Oh, let me imagine it. Hi! Hello! That's what I want. Yeah, I want it to be obscured a little bit. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna curve the shit out of this one right here. Oh, fuck yeah. Alright, I suppose I can take my ugly-ass helmet off. Yep, give me my little flower back. Alright, now we gotta pay off this bitch. Hello! Hello! Just keep going back and forth. Yep. Oh, I got plenty of money. I took out more than I needed. I could have taken out like 3 million, but I'd rather not. I don't want to like flex on you that hard, man. Alright, and that's all of our bridges and inclines. That's 7 and 7. I mean, we could do 8 and 8, but I don't have anywhere I'd want to put another bridge or incline. Okay, so there were other things I wanted to do. Oh, let's say hi to Gladys. We like Gladys here. How am I? I'm doing tonight. No, but I'm doing pretty good. We're getting like a little close to wrapping up the Animal Crossing section, and then we're gonna head into Ace Attorney Investigations 1. First time playing it. I spoiled myself when I was younger on like all the killers and shit, but I haven't actually played it. I don't know all the things that happen. Besides like the killers and who dies, you know. Yep, my home's your home. Find the what? Aw, Gladys, she's relapsing. She said that before. It's happening again. Yep. Yep, it's happening. Yep. It's a senior moment. Gladys is actually like a 90-year-old dementia patient that we're caring for on the island. Okay, but there were other things I wanted to... Oh, hello, Anacotti. I found you! No, oh, fuck! She's got a gun! I want to give you something. I want to give you 2 seconds left to live! Puts it in my face. Oh, Anacotti, put down the fucking gun. No, no. I knew you were a villain. It's too soon. I'm too young to die. I'm too young to die. Where am I from? It doesn't matter. Please. Please. Oh. A super hot Prezi. I get to live. I get to live! Imperial chest. Is it like a chest? Or is it the wardrobe chest? It was the wardrobe chest. Alright. I don't like it. I think I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna put down a flower and learn the recipe. Oh, we have 5 more to go. Blue. Okay. Because I still haven't learned that shit. And we're going to... The geek gave me carves on a cutting board. Don't worry, don't worry. I've used it enough. Honestly, we might be about ready. I thought we still had more to do. No, not really. This is the chest. Yeah, so this is all getting sold. I guess, what, do a loop around for Barrel Eye? Pardon the little voice crack there. Yeah. And I don't really give a shit about diving. I'm not gonna go for the spider crab tonight. We'll go for that tomorrow, and we'll still have like a whole month and a half or whatever. Speaking of Barrel Eye, it's this guy right here. Nope. It might not be. It might not be that right there. You're quite the biter, aren't you? I say as I slice the tip of my wiener on that can, and then I get, like, tetanus. And it's horrible. And I'm kind of picturing it right now, and I'm regretting the words that I'm saying, and I'm instead going to picture puppies and kitties. And it's great. And then, oh no, their tips are getting sliced on a rusted can. What the fuck am I saying? Jesus. Okay, let's get, like, a reset. Ace Attorney investigations. So Edgeworth is pretty cool. I don't know, cause like Edgeworth has a voice. Like Edgeworth has like a voice. Everyone gives him like the, you know, like, oh, what's going on? Oh, God. What the fuck? No. Everyone has like a voice for Edgeworth, and I do as well. Come on, like, he's got that fucking suave. I didn't even press the A. Oh no, I lost my streak. But since he's the main character, and he's like, and he talks all the time, I think I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know, I might just, no, I don't think I want to give him my normal voice. No, Edgeworth deserves more than that. I don't know, we'll see. But at the moment, I think, hey, at least he's playing New Horizons as well. I think I might tone his voice down a little bit. Tone it down from like what I would do if he weren't the main character, you know. Like I don't know how to describe it. For example, if I can't think of like any super like over the top. Whatever. I'm gonna leave my thing aside because it doesn't matter. It's just me rambling for a second, like usual. Okay, but like imagine that was it. Hello! And I don't know, we'll find out when we get there in a little bit. I'm actually just wrapping up the Animal Crossing part right here, and then we're gonna jump into Ace Attorney Investigations. I bought the collection. First time playing the games, but I may have spoiled myself on all the killers and shit when I was younger. And really fucking stupid, and I hate that I did that when I was younger. Alright. But since tomorrow I'm going to change the color of the storage shed, let's just do this. I don't know who that bitch is and why she thinks she can just go and steal my crops while she's up there. Joke's on her. Everything's already been fucking harvested. Yes! Objection! We're going to do the funny arm point. Does he even do that in investigations? I don't know. Please! I want to go home. I don't want to run there. I want the pipe to take me there. Hot dog, taco, hamburger. Hot dog, taco, hamburger. There we go. Whatever. So the storage shed, we're going to change the color tomorrow. And the fire hydrant will change tomorrow. Okay. Throw the shit in storage. Sell the rest. He does. Okay. I mean, I would kind of like... It would be weird having an Ace Attorney game without objection. But like... I don't know. I will know in a bit. Maybe, I don't know. I know that like the first couple cases are pretty short and apparently all suck ass. But I'm making my own opinions. I go into everything like, okay, I can't say blind, but like as like blankless biased as possible. I actually do have an Ace Attorney case tier list that I've been working on as I've been, you know, playing all the games for myself, even though I spoiled myself on like every killer and all the breakdowns, all killers, cutscenes, and whatever. So I think I will open that up. And I guess I'll real quick run through there and see if there's any I want to move around. Because, let's see here. Last one was Turnabout Time Traveler, which was peak. And I know the community consensus is not peak. But I definitely want to just like run through that, move a few things around. And that was like a year ago that I last played that. Alright. So, like I just said, and then I'll add the investigations cases as we play through the game, obviously. I always do it like as soon as I beat the case, or else it's not as fresh in my mind. I gotta do that. Okay, so, here, maker. And then, oh, sorry, I haven't saved it, because obviously I haven't finished the list. Ace Attorney cases, right there. Excuse me. Oh my god. Is it this one? Yes, it is. Alright. Boom, bam. So let's see if there's any I want to move around. Just like from simmering for a little while. I guess I'm going to briefly throw my camera up here. So, the greatest of all time, the Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, of course. I've mentioned in the past, but obviously I mentioned so many things, I'm a rambler. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles are the only Ace Attorney games I didn't spoil myself on, because they weren't out at the time. They weren't localized. So I went into those games blind, and thank fucking God I did. It was peak. Yeah, you can see we got the Great Departed Soul up here, Memoir of the Clouded Kokoro. Yeah. However, we also have some pretty ass ones from the first game. This is still the weakest one. These two are just like you burn through them, nothing stands out. This one I actually don't like. This one slogs. This one just wasn't memorable. Turnabout Big Top, everyone knows. This one was also like, man, this was 3 hours long? Jesus, it felt like 7. Turnabout Serenade, I didn't dislike it as much as everyone else, but yeah, same thing here for Turnabout Storyteller. Turnabout Sister? What was this one? Wait, what? Why am I blanking on the name? No, it is Turnabout Sisters. Okay. I should have trusted my gut. If anything, I'd probably put this a little bit higher, honestly. I put it lower because it was a bit short and the first day is just kind of boring. But it's definitely better than fucking... I'm gonna do this too. Monstrous Turnabout. But I like some of the character moments here, and the Simon Blackwell introduction is pretty cool. 3-3, I honestly think I'd put it like right here, technically. And yep, those are the words. Turnabout Samurai is good. Turnabout, okay, this is Turnabout Memories, and then this is Beginning, yeah. Beginning just like kind of drags on for a bit. And then Terry Falls, I didn't really care. I didn't really care when he collapsed. I knew it was gonna happen because I spoiled myself on like every breakdown and shit, but it wouldn't have changed my mind, I'll be honest. This one's pretty good, but honestly kind of short. Cosmic Turnabout's good. The Reunited? Turnabout Reunited? No. Rehabilitation? Ace Attorney DLC 5, and it'll show up. Reclaimed. There we go. If anything, I'd probably put this one below Cosmic Turnabout, actually, because the first day of Reclaimed, I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of. Granted, this was like a year ago that I was in Apollo Justice Trilogy, so I don't remember it fully. Now, it probably is. I probably did fuck over Turnabout Trump. I bet if I had no idea that Christoph Gavin was the big bad guy, I think I probably would have liked this case more. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know, obviously. I can't go back like fucking 8 years and punch a little kid. Boom! Give him a little gut punch or whatever. But Turnabout Corner, no matter what, I think is better. Though, and I know people do not agree with me at all. I know Wesley Stickler sucks ass, and the first day is super slow, kind of boring. But day 2 is so good. I really like day 2 a lot. Not like so good. It's better than like everything above it. No, that's why it's below everything else. But just like the way everything ramps up, and then like, oh, Pal Maractus, and he's like, he was actually like the super bad guy, and then like Alita Tiala, I was making jokes like, oh, she's the most forgettable villain, and then after I actually played the case, I was like, dude, she's so memorable, at least to me. Like, I don't know, just like how everything went down, and like seeing the cutscene of like her getting attacked in the cart, and then like the little like shadow cutscene, whatever, as they recreate the crime scene, and like she's sitting there with the gun in the cart. I don't know, just like I was playing that on my flight to go out to North Carolina. That's actually where I played some of these cases last year when I went to visit my family, and it was great because like I remember fucking like playing this and like everything's happening, and the dude beside me, probably like twice my age, has no idea what the fuck I'm playing, or like what the fuck is a Nintendo Switch. Even he was looking over. Granted, he might have just been looking over because there was a man on top of a woman or whatever, but I was thinking in my head like, what? Whoa, holy shit, things are like going down. I really like when things get like serious, when things get like down. I really do. That's what like really amps up cases for me, and I'm so fucking excited because I know there's a lot of cases that do that. I don't know everything. I know like all the killers and shit. I've said that a million times, but everything in between I don't know about, and I'm so excited. I love Ace Attorney so much. Turnabout Time Traveler. I don't care what people say. It is peak as hell. If anything, I think this actually is gonna go like right up here. Because this one is still really good. Oh, I don't know. They're all good. That's why it's top peak and bottom peak, because originally peak was one tier, and it got too big. I was like, oh, I gotta separate these. This is getting too big. And then I had Turnabout Memories as the separator, because like it's so good, but for me, the first part does like really hate it. I don't like Lot of Heart in this case, and everything with Gordy, and like the lake is such like a drab area. I didn't really care for it. Except for, like the actual like crime scene kind of like happening on a boat. I don't know, I kind of like that. I don't know how else to describe that. Whatever. I'm supposed to just fly through this. Good, but like not as good. they're all like at the same bar. Twisted Karma, same thing, but it only felt like a half. No shit, because it is just a half. Turnabout Time Traveler. Oh, it's fan servicey. And I saw someone online like they don't even act like they're actual characters. It feels like they regressed. I didn't really get that. Granted, I'm not like media literate, so if I miss something, I miss something, but I enjoyed it. Pierce Nickety is one of my favorite fucking characters. I love his story so much. I knew his story going into the case, and the case made it better. And then the breakdown, which was already one of my favorite breakdowns. I actually made a tier list on here of all my favorite breakdowns, and his is number 2. Breakdowns by just pure cutscene and the story behind them is what I ranked them all on. Everything that happened with the sprockets, yeah, it does kind of like I don't even remember what like the main issue was, like if it dragged on a little bit or something, but I remember like kind of understanding to like a small, in like a gameplay point, I kind of understood like where people were coming from. But like the story is that might be one of my favorite like backstories for a character. Everything that happened with the sprockets. Oh, and then Ellen Wyatt, and then like I remember the part where like he names her as like a killer or something. Like he thinks that he did it, or he claims that she did it, and just like her face goes like empty, and like she drops her fucking frying pan. That genuinely hit me. I was like, oh, that's good, but like bad. That's good. No, I gotta put it a little higher, man. 6-3, is one that I kind of like went into knowing that a lot of people didn't like it, and like yet again I try and stay as like non-biased as possible, but I knew a lot of people talked about how long it is or some shit, but I did not feel it. Day one maybe it was like a little boring, but I remember like everything with like Dad's a Rebel, and then like how everything went down, and Believe, oh my god, it was getting me like emotionally. Not like I cried or anything. I don't cry. I have a hard time crying, but just like it was so like fucking powerful. And that the breakdown where she's sending the spirit back, it was really good, man. It was really good. The Rite of Turnabout, that's what it's called. Runaway Room is peak as hell. Everyone knows that. It's short, but it's like the perfect length. The problem is that like okay, you're still like missing story here. It's not full. And then the unspeakable story, or the unspeakable the adventure of the unspeakable story, it's right there, is where you finish the story. But then this one's too long, so it's kind of funny. I already spoke about Turnabout Memories. Turnabout Succession, same thing. I kind of went in knowing that it was bad. And I saw someone saying like, "Oh, if you play this case blind, use a guide to know where you're supposed to go in the Mason system." I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play it how everyone else did to see if I agree." I don't. A lot of things were pretty obvious, and I really loved piecing together like the fucking shit in the past. That was so cool. Even if I knew in the end that Christoph Gavin did it again. And then there was like one thing where it's like, "Oh, you take an item from the past and use it in the future," or some shit. And I think it was like the nail polish. And it's like, I don't think he actually brought that bottle of nail polish. I think it was more like I know that it exists or something, which is still like taking knowledge from the past. I don't know. There were some like itty bitty like story loopholes that frankly I've never been bogged by. I don't care if a story has like a loophole, unless it's so blatantly obvious that it fucks everything over. But I haven't really experienced that in much of anything. So it was just a great time all around. Stolen Turnabout, Magical Turnabout, and of course the Memoir of the Clouded Kokoro. Easily the three best like sequel, dual cases, second cases. So good. I could honestly shift all three of these around and still agree with it. They're all amazing. 2-4, Farewell My Turnabout. It kind of hurts me putting it this low, but everything else just kept getting better. It was so bad. I was like, "No, but Farewell My Turnabout is peak." But then the Turnabout for Tomorrow is like so much more peak. Hello. And then I was like, "Oh my god," and then Turnabout Revolution, and then everything just kept getting better. And so I don't know. It's just like all the top 7 here. Okay, besides number 1 and number 2. Number 1 and number 2 are set. These two are set in stone. The next 5, numbers 3 through 7, I could like shuffle those around. It's crazy. I was just running through an Ace Attorney case list that I made, case ranking that I made, and I've been like going through as I played the games for myself instead of spoiling myself like I did when I was younger. And I moved a few things around because today we are starting the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Not crafted. That's not good. That's not good. I suppose I should keep the tab open. I just, keep it minimized or something. Because I know the first case is pretty short. We might honestly beat that one tonight. So, opening the Investigations Collection right now. I can fix my camera. Bow. Alright, cool. Okay. I pressed it one extra time and I was like, "Uh-oh, I don't know what I undid. Let me just like redo a few things in case I really fucked something over. I don't know." Okay. So I suppose it's running through Steam, so I'm gonna have to use the game capture. Nope. No, I don't. Oh. It's in a weird little screen for me here. I assume autosave feature. Yep. It's weird playing with a mouse and keyboard. I'm used to doing this on Switch. Yep. English. No, I'm good. Downloadable content. What? Okay, where's my options? So... PC settings. Yeah, this is wrong. Yes. And then I want it to be full screen. There. Okay, so it's fixed on my end. Alright. I suppose, I don't know. This is why I was like, I don't know how loud the game is going to be. So I'm going to open Twitch real quick and see if I'm getting swallowed. Oh, I'm edgeworthing it. I'm edgeworthing it so hard. I'm edgeworthing it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything sounds fine. Yep. I was going to grab a controller. I don't have a fucking controller here. My keyboard did die, so I'm playing at like an angle here, but it's nothing like noticeable. Okay, mouse controls. Click, yeah, just click. VSync off. Okay, hold on. Cursor lock. Keep the mouse locked when the game. No, keep that off. I'd like to go over to OBS if I need to do something. Run control. Oh, the shit. Yeah, I have to play with the keyboard. Yeah, I suppose. Is it hold or toggle? Tap. I'll keep it as a toggle. Okay, gameplay. Yep. Text skip. Nope. Transparency. Yeah, I definitely like the low. Wait time. Wait's an autoplay. Well, we're not using autoplay or story mode. UI elements. You see to show. Oh. Yeah. It's a mode. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. I think I'm gonna lower this just like 1 tick and then lower this like 3. Original versus arranged. I didn't know the soundtracks were different. I haven't listened to either one. I mean, I know like the Pursuit themes, and I've probably heard some other ones out of the game, but I think I'll do arranged for now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the HD one. Sorry, guys, if that's a bad thing. Oh, I would like to know this actually. Firm. 1 Z. Oh well, it didn't also say I could. Oh, I can use the scroll wheel. All the settings, they're flashing in my mind. Oh no. Okay, I assume I can use shift. That's what I said earlier, right? The shift key is yes. Open organizer. I know this is probably gonna be shown to me in the game. I just want to see if there's anything where I'm like, oh, that's too bad. Move character. Yep. Rotate evidence. Ooh, there's a different ones for that. Should I tag? Yep. Okay, that's fine. Reader. Nope. Yep. No. Episode select. Let's play the last one. No. Turnabout Visitor. That's right. Surely my keyboard's charged enough. Everything old is new for playing the game with HD GB characters. All right. We're not even an hour in. Hell yeah. March 14th, 1 a.m. Oh my god, that was a few days ago. That's crazy. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. Oh, is this the other guy? The guy who has a gun? Manny Cohen, or whatever his name is? That may be true, but why? Because I don't know who's talking to who. Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Shot in Edgeworth's room, I take it? Is the name even Manny Cohen? I don't even know if that's the right name. I'm pretty sure that's a name. I suppose I know it's this guy, so I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Now it's 2 a.m. Is there a way to speed up the text? It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. just in case. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? Dead guy! What's the meaning of this? Dude, I gave him like a freeze. And he's probably not like over the top. No, freeze. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. I don't know if you can tell, I decided to just give him the voice anyways. I'm fucking Edgeworth. My name is Miles Edgeworth. Perfectly timed. And I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. Got the history. Yeah, so is there a way to speed up the text a little bit? I just want to see. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Speed up text. For some reason, it's not the default like in the HD show, but you can change the text skip for when you touch the screen. Oh, that's the fucking mobile port. Hold on. Let me check out this other one. Here we go. Oh, skip text was a... Okay. So, it was this? Yes. Found it. And it will speed through unread text. Yes. Oh. There we go. Oh, I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. It's also 3 in the fucking morning. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. Yes, Detective Dick Gumshoe. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... look what they did to your office! It's totally trashed! I'll say. The culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Oh, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing! This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. My beeps and boops music. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Really coincidence the murder took place in my office. Okay. Oh, puzzle piece, okay. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in my mind. Is that what E is? Profiles. No! Question mark! It's questioning the question mark. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? For security reasons, this office's door has a lock built into it. Yep. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, dipshit. I know that that's a thing that exists in this game. It should become clear to you. Logic exists in this game is a weird sentence. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. QT. You are a QT, actually. Now, to use Q and recall the facts. So those are my puzzle. Objection. I wonder. I only have 2 pieces, man. For successfully making a connection during logic without it cut off there. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? The killer's goal, okay. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. I wonder if it's the safe behind my... Oh, my camera's covering it, but... Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only truth remains. And I remember to change the category to Ace Attorney Investigation. Oopsies. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. Oh, I tabbed onto OBS, that's right. However... if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. That's my damage bar, my health meter. But if I think carefully before piercing leads together, the logic should flow. I don't know if these are like hard games, as in like, you know, how stupid am I allowed to be? Because I feel like every Ace Attorney game has at least one case that I'm like, fuck, man, I need to Google what I'm doing here. Except for the first trilogy. But that's only because I played it with my brother at the time. So for speed's sake, I had a walkthrough beside us, you know, just to make sure that we kept flowing through the story. Because that was the point. We weren't like trying to like play. It was more so experience it along with the gameplay, I guess. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. 1202. Banger already, nice. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use T, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Oh, so he's just gonna be like, with me. What if I press T? You called, sir? Fucking no, I didn't. I can present. Look at my badge. Your prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. Oh, but it's really cool, sir. Much, much cooler than my badge could ever be. There's no need to suck up to me, detective. I'm cutting your salary again, cockswab. That's the button. That's not the button. It's weird playing with a keyboard. It'll take a bit to get used to it. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. It's called a gun. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model. I think. Oh no. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. Alright. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set! I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. It's acuity, right? It's acuity, right? I know it from fucking Pokemon, but like, is it actually called acuity, or have I been pronouncing it wrong the whole time? Not acuity MD glass door. What the fuck? I meant to type in meaning. Sharpness, keenness, or clearness of perception, senses, or intellect. It signifies high-level mental function or sensory accuracy, which makes you think of acuity. Pronunciation.
Acuity.
It is acuity. Okay, good. To tax my mental acuity much? I'm calling you stupid, detective. Dead man. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Shot into chest? Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. Something down there. Bottom right. It says Leon, upside down. Say gum? Or gun? No, it says gum. And I see an S beside it. Is it gumshoe? In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Bullet went clean through the body, found at 2:05 a.m. Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. Okay, good. For a second I thought he was like, I just remember everything up here. In the actual fucking, like, core, it's like, Edward, do you have any sort of evidence to add to this? And he's like, let me think. I saw a funny reel this morning when I scrolled through it. Shit, no, I lost it. Fuck, I'll just have to, like, bang right and see if he'll let me live. Or let me win this case. Let me live. Right, please don't shoot me! Don't pull the trigger! Oh, I hope we get a case where Phoenix fucking kills Edward. It would be so in character, too. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press E to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it, too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Okay. I don't believe it. I packed those files on these shelves so tight that not even an earthquake could make them fall off. But just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. You're kidding, right? Zoom in. Zoom in. Gee, options. I know it's not there. I just... What? Why can't I... There's words. There's letters. Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. Signs of a struggle. What if he just fell backwards when he got shot in the chest? You know? Okay. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Ooh, sick bird. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinky-dink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith. Mr. Buddy Faith, it would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. Okay. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Okay, press Q. Alright. So the killer's goal... Revolver. Okay. What was the killer actor after... Do I have enough to do anything? Okay. Hold on. If I have to remind you guys, I'm bad at like puzzle games. Forgive me if I like suck ass, okay? Okay, the revolver. Signs of a struggle. So I'm piecing. Okay, there's only 4 fucking things, man. Okay, he was in the office. He was after my files? I don't think that. Yeah. I think he was after the safe thing. Can I, like, come back to this? Okay, victim was a detective and then the revolver. Oh, I was probably supposed to piece that. Yep. It was his. It's kind of what I thought, but I didn't think about... Yep. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Excuse me, pal. Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. Buddy just rolls over. Oh, fuck. He's alive! Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. So is the... Okay, I didn't mean to click that immediately. Let's see what else we can find out about this. We'll find out about this revolver. Oh. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use Luna to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use it to zoom in and get the nitty-gritty. Okay, well, gun. To think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. Okay. Looks like only 1 round was fired from this. Okay, so he wasn't shot from this gun then. Because there were 2 shots. There's one that went in the guy, and there's one that went into the wall. Okay. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just 1 shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Oh, what was that? I guess this is all about... I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We should send the body to Jim! Oh, Jim! Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? I recognize your voice. Did you point a gun at my back like an hour ago? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him! Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Sure. Just in a bloody stained suit, pal. Why you keep calling him Jim? I'm so sad. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes I am. I'm... Manny Cohen is not your name, man. Who the fuck am I thinking? Manny Cohen is a familiar name. Maybe he's like a dead guy in a later case or some shit. I'm, Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Oh. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then? You're Jim's killer. No way, pal, you got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you. I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I should probably give them some space. What's up, man? Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir! Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction! Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Is it the gun on the floor, perhaps? I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it, too? Can I put my ass on it? Just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. No shoes on the furniture. He's like putting him down like a dog. Putting him down like a dog. No. Gumshoe. 2 seconds to live. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard to be a real trooper to the end. I want to be a real detective when I grow up, just like you. Even once this case is over, I don't think I can afford to take any time off. Okay, so now... your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra-special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they'd shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective? There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. It's called the angle of the camera. Really? You dipshit. Did I say contradiction? He must be... he must be rubbing one off on top of me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. So am I pointing at the safe? This jacket sure brings back memories. I remember you used to wear this around the time you became a certified prosecutor. It was a present from my mentor. Prosecutor Manfred von Karma, huh? Can't wait for when he shows up, because I know he does. Yes, I don't wear it anymore, yet I can't bring myself to throw it away. It must mean a lot to you, even with the little bittersweet memories it holds. But you know, I've got an old coat of mine hanging up in my room too, sir. Yesterday was laundry day, so it's just drying off, but you get the picture. Okay, so not that, so it's the gun shot then. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? To prove that the gun was real, no doubt. And 2 shots! I'd have been afraid of someone hearing either one of them. It's the middle of the night, detective. Further, my office walls are soundproof. The culprit must have been very confident that no one would hear. Is there more? Sofa. Looks like your sofa was spared. Talk about good luck. And just what is so lucky about that? Well, I'd hate for my napping spot to have a huge hole in it. Napping spot? Just joking, sir. Honest, I wouldn't dream of sleeping on such a nice, comfy sofa. He just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper with each passing word. Okay, so did I not hit the safe? Is there? Oh, I literally can't go higher up. What else? But okay, yeah. When I was puzzling this off, I should point my and press T with conviction. There you go. And when I found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Oh no, T to present. Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary, my dear Watson. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too! Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Are they going to talk about the ballistic markings? The fingerprints of a gun? Could there be another gun in play here? Ooh, oh! On the field, there's another gun in play! Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, it's a secret safe. Secret safe? Oh, I smell money! I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that! I don't know, just talk about dusty. I suppose it's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Got it. I have the story right now. Jacques Portsman is a prosecutor. Because we heard that. He knows there's a safe here. He wants what's in the safe. And he killed a guy here to, like, frame Edgeworth. And that's that. Yep. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. Oh, he's trying to, like, bust someone out? Maybe? He's a dirty prosecutor? That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Oh, he probably came in here to unlock it. Buddy Faith Detective comes in, and then that's when Jacques is like, hey, I only care about getting the victory. And bang, bang. Or bang. 1 shot. Secret safe. Only no trial evidence use. Yep. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. How about the fact that it's been very clearly, like, smudged? Now this is odd. You found something, sir? Was he, like, trying to find the fingerprints, see what the code was? This keypad. Do you find it to be a bit too clean? I was kind of looking at all the smudging around it, but yeah, sure. Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down. Well. Only they knew that prints were wiped, as I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Oh, I have to... Okay, and then I can do this. Killer's goal. Wait, do I only have these 4? Okay, well, is it right here then? I guess so. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Theft, and then struggle, so like he got caught in the middle of it? Is that what I'm supposed to point out here? Oh wait, hold on. Could there be another gun in play here? Yeah, no, I think it's this one then. If not, it's the other. Yeah. There's a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh. Yeah. He was looking for a code or something? Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sure? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sure. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we no matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And? So what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. He's taller. Is Portsmouth taller than Buddy Faith? Shot at an angle? So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a fine spine indicates that the vials were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Oh, yep. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. Okay. I put them all back, just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for? Oh, is it like a pattern I'm supposed to be missing? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E. No. Everything looks to be fine here. Oh, what about the top one? Same. The victim's handprints. OJ! On the far bottom right, it says OJ. OJ killed. He's gonna get away with it again. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor, too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Deduce. Oh. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? I just pressed the button. Alright, hold on, let's see here. Body went clean through the abdomen. So, am I doing it right here? Oh, wrong button. There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. Music cut out, so that's how I know that I'm correct. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. Yeah, I mean, I suppose even if he, like, shot, like, all the way up here, that is very low to the ground. Which means it was, what, higher up on the shelf? What if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That'd be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot. Which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? Was he holding the book? The file? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? So, the order of the files is my guess. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. Oh, is it because... You know, 0, it'd be 0 and then 1, 2, 3. But on the bottom right, there's the 0 files. Unless those are all supposed to be up here, maybe? I don't know. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Okay. So, Gumshoe put them in the wrong order in, like, the month that he's been here. Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a bit differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. Definitely looks like gum and then S-O-E. Gumshoe. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice. Once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. To this. What is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, say something, sir! It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? One of the files that were written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Oh, investigation complete. Oh, okay, never mind. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it! I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Okay. I was a little surprised by that key change. I don't know. I'm not a music guy. I don't even know if that's the right phrase. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh, so is this where I yell, objection? He's like, dude, calm the fuck down. We're in an office right now, man. Well, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Am I explaining cross-examination? Because if so, I don't need it. Mr. Portsman, if you are ready. Oh, if you don't have time, you could just say so, sir. I did. Mr. Portsman's logic. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. Fuck, that's so airtight. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Rebuttal. We gotta press everything, unless it's like super blatantly obvious what it is. Stole Jim gun from him and shot him dead. Okay, well let me see. What are my pieces of evidence on hand? Okay, cleaned through the body. Found it around 2:05 a.m. Okay, issued the victim believed to be the murder weapon. Only one shot fired. Each prosecutor has one of them. Prints were wiped. One of the files that were written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Okay. Messed with the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. Okay. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. I think I'm just supposed to press. I don't know. Nothing here immediately stands out to me, and if something is supposed to, then I'm stupid. I probably am. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask, but I have no problem pressing everyone. I have no problem with that. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Jacques and his buddy? Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. I killed all of them, too. Oh, what? He talks about the victim like he was his pet.
Hold it!
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle. Fuck, I mean, that's right, but like, you know. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. That Wendy's hamburgers. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no?
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. Didn't notice the bloody letters. Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Okay, I have it now. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Well, why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth! Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I could prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing spike. Yeah, but as I said, I'm going to press them all, even though I know what to present now. Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep. Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. Looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsman in by presenting him with some evidence. Yep. You didn't notice the letters that he was hiding. Well, why would he steal the book if he didn't see them later? And there it is, objection. Oh, also an achievement for objecting. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there was a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? Why? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean the S is gone and there's only half an H. Oh, that's the H? I just thought it was Gumshoe. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. I'll use my gun. It's an emergency. It's an emergency. I gotta put a bullet in his fucking head, right? Yes, you do, Gumshoe. Gumshoe, go get him. Go get him, Gumshoe. Shoot him now. Who? This guy? What? Me? I mean, it's pretty obvious he's a killer. Yeah, I agree. This Portsman guy really is obviously the killer. Dude, what the fuck? Bang, bang! And then the forensics guys go, huh. Well, we didn't see anything. And they just leave quietly. Well, Mr. Portsman. I don't have any canned laughter ready. Farting on my roommate's door. Ha. Whatever, fuck it, move on. Brilliant, absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. That was fun. You win some and you lose some. That's how life goes. God, everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. I have the file right here. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Oh, he actually put on the coat. Oh. Nice flourish. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Cause okay. Well, I was thinking. Did you know there's one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there! Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? Who? It's not Kay, because I know Kay shows up in, like, the third case or something. The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Is it just like an actual like witness that I don't know about? Or is it like, oh, character? Wendy Oldbag. Security? Did you say security? No. Oh my god, security? Breach. I think it is Wendy Oldbag. No, stop it, pal. Don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Oh! Maggie Bird. Hey, girl. I believe she needs no introduction. I've called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir. Maggie. Did you kill this bastard? I didn't. Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. What? What? What the fuck? If you are... What am I thinking of? What the... Oh yeah. Funky Unk wants the spunk. What the fuck? If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room. Can I be honest? I'm gonna tell you right now. As if I haven't already made it clear with Deltarune, a lot of my girl voices are very similar, so expect this voice to show up. That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. But, like, I'll try. But, like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen the same thing for some of the guys, too. I'll probably steal fucking Portsman's voice here for some other jockey witness in fucking case 2-3 or something. I don't know. It was me. That's right. I did it. Can we take that as a confession, detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, detective. He understands what I'm saying here. Nope, wrong button. That girl's the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. In the name of love. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Why would she fake the dying? So you're saying she used the master key? Master key, yep. It's controlled by security staff. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. Oh my god, is he a tennis guy? Oh, Jacques Portsman. Is that like a... Jacques Portsman. Jack Portsman. Jacques Port... I don't know, nothing that immediately rings a bell. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I saw the Olympic medal, but I don't know if it was like for swimming or some shit. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. Seems the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him up against a wall. After Gumshoe puts that bullet in his neck. Now, Gumshoe! His defenses are down. I got it, sir. Bang, bang. You got him. Yep. Thanks for telling me that I need a press, by the way. Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? No. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Or you're the unlucky person, you know. Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is. There it is, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portman says, Detective. Did Mr. Portsman know about the killer trying the safe? I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. By pressing on the next statement. Yep. I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery, however. Glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me. However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe... Hey, good thinking asking for my opinion on the matter. Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full fucking sentence? Okay. The answer was no. I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It was just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? Now, don't make that face. See? There goes the truth, running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it. I don't think you're catching my drift. But we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say... Fuck yeah. That since she is the only one who could have opened your office door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions? Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps he had a spare made for someone else. I'll have you know, I've never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. Hold it. Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe? Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir. We're holding our collective breath, you know, for when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. Oh, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there. All the more reasonable. By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some fucking evidence! I would love to, but first we should listen a bit more and digest what he is saying. And press him for more information. Okay. It's pretty obvious that it's not going to go with the master key. We can't prove anything there. Her intent to the wiped down save. Okay, so it did show up there. Objection! You dumb bitch. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses, why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault! What do you mean? It's Jim! He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners! Like inseparable conjoined twins! That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him, too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job? But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was a thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us. Unless he retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit! Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But, sir... We have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? To be continued. Right now. Investigating the hallway. I kind of thought we were closing in there, but I suppose it makes sense that, I knew it was like a shorter case, but I suppose, I don't know if it's like 2 hours long or whatever. Point is, I want to finish it tonight. After we beat the first case, that'll end stream. 4:18 a.m. What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. He was really mean. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then, what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information. That basketball! That basketball! Oh, it was on the wrong side. That basketball did it. Forensics. I want fingerprints. Fingerprint that fucking ball. Regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Boom. Door. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay. I'm a keyhole. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops! Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir! They have to be able to take the plate off for when a room becomes vacant, you know? Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Where are they gonna go with that? Like, the nameplate was changed? Oh, wait. Did Portsman change the nameplate to get Buddy to go in here and then kill him in here or something? I don't know. I don't know where they're going with that. I'll be curious. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately as this door. Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards, and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. I see. So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone? Right. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. What am I missing? Hinge? I feel like they normally zoom out like, alright, you've checked everything here. But maybe not in this case. Okay. I won't rest until yeah, okay. It's... isn't that the missing Zero Series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these Zero files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. So, Lana Sky? I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. Or is there a difference between high prosecutor and chief? Maybe. Probably. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You would sleep even out here, detective. In a hallway. Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime. To envision myself winning, naturally. Same thing, is it just, like, all done? I will assume... Oh, wait. I put the thieves not under here. It is 4 a.m. I put the thief... Gumshoe. Did you kill him? No, I put 2 bullets in his head, sir. Bang, bang. Man, you guys are really tired. I guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway. I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, I'd be really impressed. Sounds to me like somebody has already tried at least once before. Okay. So, why is there a best... Pain! He's here! Okay, first let's go, Maggie. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. The Miles Edgeworth. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with tea. That's not it. Oh, is there? Things I can inspect? It's the master key to every office in the building. Sure is. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say. Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. To get in here and kill the guy, obviously. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key. Oh, is that like important evidence? Yeah, I'll hear you. What do you mean? What did you mean by you use the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? For a second, I thought she was talking about fucking Mike Measles? Meekins. Mike Measles. Mike Meekins. I know he also shows up in this game. Yeah, he shows up in Kidnapped Turnabout. Because Wendy also shows up. I almost said Maggie Bird. Wendy Oldbag shows up there too. Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird. Quickly! It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way, it's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. He switched the nameplates out, so she took him to Edgeworth's office. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Talk about suspicious! I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Oh, I suppose I haven't clicked on these. I didn't do that when I was talking to Portsman, though. I wasn't thinking about that. Whoopsies, I've missed dialogue. No! Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun! Just once I'd have loved to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in it that well with them. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder, and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago, right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Damn! I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now, I even managed to be named a criminal, just when I've become a security guard. But at least the bad luck didn't hit the looks department. Ayo! That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know! And just when I thought I'd finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Basketball. Let me dunk this shit. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in the hallway. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning, and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway and this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice. Stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? I won't rest until I've expected... Yes, okay, I get it. Yep, the nameplate slides out. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office?
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd.
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3.
Ugh, why am I even wasting enough time thinking about this? There was no enough there. Where did I get that? The door's locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Aha! So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? A minimalist, yet classy door made of... Yep, same thing. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified, just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Yeah. Switch the nameplate, drag the basketball hoop over. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Ooh. It's Mr. Portman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But, you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office, and yet you still managed to get lost? Okay. Oh, this is all I have? Yeah, key was used to unlock it. Yeah. Can I click these? I don't know, is there something else? Oh, hey, that works. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Portman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I lied. I'd totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door, then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Miss Bird unlocked the door, but master key was stolen, so she could not lock it up. So he's going to say something like, oh, I locked the door with my key. That's not the right button. That's not the right button. This is, though. Is there more to examine? That's not the right button! I'm supposed to examine something in here, probably? Oh, yeah. Okay. We've already checked, like, everything here. Yep. I'm still getting used to the controls. Okay, yep. No.
Yes, sure. Oh. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Did you take him to this store? I've had to open Mr. Portman's office up for him a number of times before. I've had it open for a number of times before. I've also had a chance to see the inside of his office on a number of occasions, too. He's got shelves upon shelves of sports memorabilia, trophies, and awards in it. To the point where it's almost beyond gaudy, sir. But maybe I just feel that way because I'm jealous. Since I don't even have a single one. I don't have even a single one. Don't say that, Maggie. I'll make a special Guard of the Month award just for you. Thanks for trying, but I've already got a mountain of consolation prizes, sir. They're proof of just how unbelievably unlucky my life has been. Plus, getting an award from you just isn't the same as getting a real award, sir. No. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it was... Oh yeah, I did already do this. Okay. Just fucking present everything. Okay. Yep. Okay, so it isn't this. Unless I need to present my fucking prosecutor's badge for some reason. Who's it? You're really a prosecutor. Interesting. Despite all appearances, she seems to know more than Gumshoe. With that badge, even I could be a professional prosecutor. Sir, may I please try that on just for a little bit? Fuck no. I don't think that would be a very good idea, do you? I guess not. On second thought, they're actually on the same level. Can I, like, put more things together? What else am I missing? Do I need to present things to Gumshoe? Well, I guess these things? About Miss Bird. No way she's the killer! Please don't tell me you buy into that accusation, sir. Rest assured, I think she's innocent. However, I need to ask her a few things regarding her security guard position. Well, if you're only asking, that's okay. Just stand next to her and then you can do it. When you wanted to ask her about evidence, I recommend showing different people different things. You'd be surprised what they say. Thank you for that explanation, though I don't recall asking for one. Oh, just so you know, sir, you could show me evidence in the same way, too. I do believe it's time to get down to business and ask some questions of Miss Bird. Ignored again. I've already presented everything to her. Detective Gumshoe, you look rather intrigued by something. Care to share? Oh, it's nothing, but I noticed that Mr. Portsman calls his partner Jim. And the detective in that Sunday night drama, All My Cops, is named Jim, too. I bet one of them is a big fan of that show. You seem to know a little something about it yourself. I take it you watch it, too? Of course! The tight bond of friendship between prosecutor and detective is great, sir. But it's nothing compared to the super strong friendship we have. Friendship, detective? I think you're mistaking it with pity. How can you say that, sir? And after all we've been through, too. Friendship or pity for listening to Gumshoe talk in the hallway about where he thinks Jim came from. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, sure. Examine anything and everything. Information. Information leads. Press that. Detective, the way to go. Ace Investigator. I was wondering about the investigation. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let a real seasoned pro teach you how it's done. A real seasoned pro? Of instant noodle cuisine, perhaps? You know that you can always check out the really important spots in more detail, right? Yes. And there's too big. Oh, wait. I can deduce. I forgot that's a thing. I know I was like missing something. So am I just going with like the nameplates? Maybe? Or... I don't have anything about that, so I don't know, let's...
No. Okay. Yeah, let me look at my organizer one more time. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. It was stolen from my security office. Okay, so I think it's the office here. Master stolen so she could not lock it up. Oh. So I was just on the wrong thing for obvious reasons. There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means what, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these. Prints on the number plate. The prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? It could also be a doorknob. Wait, no, but didn't they say it was like wipe clean? Well, we'll find out. Like, well, for... yeah, okay, so... yeah. Prints on the no, the fucking doorknob! I clicked the wrong one. No way, I clicked the wrong option. No, okay. Prints on the doorknob, because her prints should be on here. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal! Do us a favor and... I thought he was like, hey, you! Yeah. Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal! Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what did you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I found only Mr. Portman's and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob. So only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this doorknob as well. Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Ooh, her prints were not found on the doorknob. What have we here? Yeah, okay, I see. I see the piece of paper. What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone. Guess it looks like you're out. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. It looks like a note from the victim. Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman. Is this basketball property of Mr. Portsman? Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match. Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is, he's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad, Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. Oh, door. Oh, yeah, I was right, yeah, the hoop got moved. That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir! I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk! The position of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this. Signs that it's been moved. There we go. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat.
with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it. That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me, too! I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Damn, we spent an hour just looking around there, okay. Mr. Portsman, I've finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Alright, let's take a gander at it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this. Oh, holy shit. Good catch. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset, getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. I can see right through the unsightly, paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using is that mouth of yours for now is... The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that, too, will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy! Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something? I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on, with evidence. Actually, I need to press him a few times first. And then we'll get to that. Hold it. My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I'd say it is. After all... Hold it. Oh, and what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And that's it. That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Hold it. Unfortunately, I believe I've already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Yes. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot! Oh. Thank you for your consent. Do it! On it, sir! Bang, bang! 2 more bullets in the head. Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door. Oh. I'm just making sure. Take that! I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less. Objection! Wait. Hold on for a second. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, Maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key. You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know? But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted? And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example? That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Get that mouse off the screen. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours, and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think that it was his room? Take that! What? The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Ah! That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's. There are signs that the hoop had been moved. To sit it in front of my office door. To be sure, well, close enough. I see, so that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. Praise the sun, by the way. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. He's covered in Nickelodeon slime. You just got gooped, bitch. I have to press a few times, though. Spouting nonsense. Nonsense, you say? Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. End of press. Oh, it is. That's kind of funny. I had the girl open my office door. Using the master key, of course. Sure. You have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth for some sort of people for you. Of some sort. After I was in my room the entire time. And what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen. Were you going through your law books from start to finish? Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance. Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem. I was doing my usual workout, so. Don't have a single reason to suspect me. I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually. But none of those would stand up on their own. Then what about all the evidence? It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony. Alright. You were in your room the entire time. But her prints weren't on the door. She didn't open this door. Must recall. You don't throw that out. Is it this one then? Really? Okay. I was like, surely don't throw the trump card out now. Well, hold on. That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? Oh, he would have seen the note if he was actually in the room, maybe? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So, oh, I definitely misunderstood what that meant. Yeah. Just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. Yeah. So then, where were you, and what were you doing? Ah! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you. It's nice. But part of me kind of wants to go to the original soundtrack. At least for... That feels better. And then we'll just hear the original themes for other things. I'll keep the original soundtrack, that's what I mean. But that's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! Haven't opened the door. Take that! Because her fingerprints aren't on there. I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right. I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints, what do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Further, all of the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he had heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Okay, fuck it. When they break out into laughter for like 7 text boxes, I'm not doing that. I'll probably give like some, but... And just, what's so funny, pal? I don't know if that's what this is. Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints. Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down well. I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. Then how are his fingerprints on there? After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and I... Oh, well, if it was... No, if she opened the... I'll let the game play. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. Yeah, that's one thing I was thinking about. I was like, can we prove that the note was there, like, at this time or whatever? I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. He's gonna say some shit. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Well, shit, it does check out. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m. You see? He found my fucking rabbit tunnel that I used to get around the building. All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Oh, buddy, no, I need to go back. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. I was like, can I not go back?
Hold it.
You're correct. It was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2.
Hold it.
It was as you say, however. Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see. I could hear his voice, and it sounded exactly like you. Oh, come on now, I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? Oh, I gave him. Try a little harder, don't you? I mean, I feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. He was in criminal affairs. So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit. Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Hold it.
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sure. A number of detectives said that they saw you at around that time. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Ugh, impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? What a sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there! Sir! Please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Hold it. Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? The intruder could not have been Portsman. I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. Different gun. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Maybe the victim and the killer weren't the only people there. And what was? There were 2 different people looking for things? Are we trying to say that Mr. Faith was doing it? Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were appended twice. We know the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of two different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you've finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth! Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, two culprits stole into my office tonight. Well, what do you mean, two? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were two guns. Oh, here's the theme, yeah. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please shut the fuck up and listen to me. Please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Ugh. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was... He found his own partner standing there because it was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Please charge me. Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen zero file, right, sir? Correct. Only, just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shell's getting messed up twice and the two bullets. It was all because two different people were doing those things at two different times. Precisely. So, now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there's still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Grr, Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. I was going to say check the ballistic markings, but then I remembered that's Mr. Faith's gun, so it doesn't matter. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Thought we were kind of wrapping this up. Okay, alibi part 2. Oh, okay. That thief you ran into should be a real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course! Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it.
Hold it!
Actually, no, I wouldn't. Why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the 0 files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either? Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. But how would he know who Gumshoe is? Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything. After all, I was training in my office, training in my room. But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say, just before he was murdered... I don't have any, no. You see, so I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. I'm just gonna... Oh, that was kind of like to the same beat. Oh, was that not it? Oh, I thought we were talking about, like, he said it was the early evening, but it was at the, whatever. Clearly it was just wrong. Jim came to deliver some evidence to me. I was down at Criminal Affairs.
Hold it!
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? That's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And one of the evidence he brought. They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. A gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. Am I doing this?
Objection!
I'm just guessing. Okay. I feel like I'm trying to make a point where that gun was related to it, but I don't know. Hey, bring me 2 items. A gun and a pendant that are related to yesterday's case. Okay, let's just keep pressing. A gun and a pendant. Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. Dude, you have a gun in your hands. Good enough. And why were you taking them to criminal affairs? There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare these two, too. But all this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction. This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out.
Hold it!
I can't expect you to know, can I? Nope, but I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions. Oh, then let's see you deduce. Jim waited for me to leave and then stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed, and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I laid it out earlier. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Okay. Training in the room. Let's see here. We have... I don't know if I had anything else there. Okay.
Objection!
I was just kind of guessing. I'm blanking on this for a second. It's probably just me being stupid.
Objection!
Oh man, I feel a little stupid here. So if I fuck something up here, there's no problem. Like 2 items. Because I pressed and then this statement was added, which kind of always, like in general, is like the way to go. My 2 items are related to yesterday's case. Three items.
Objection!
Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hid anything from you. And this is why I went to kneel over by the body. Which I immediately was in my mind like, why are you doing that? That's weird. Well, here's a piece I think you should read. Carefully. It says that Mr. Face was bringing 3 pieces. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, okay. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Well, don't come any closer. I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me. No! Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. Why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. KG8 incidents, okay. Or incident. That's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's get this casing a thorough once-over. Oh, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you've got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you would tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith. No, impossible. And then here it is. Oh, I don't remember him swallowing. Came. Jack off, Snin. 5:47 a.m. Damn, these guys have to be tired. I'm picking a little... It's like a smudge on my screen, but like... It was clearly like a... I don't know. A droplet of something that kind of like crusted. Not crusted, that sounds so bad. Whatever. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back, and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It took me a little over 2 hours. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. Oh, it was nothing. Really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. To think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. It's probably still the goddess of misfortune. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? That Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? I didn't say that. But rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. Yeah, but is it this?
Take that!
Why this was the person who stole his file. The other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Okay, well, at least it isn't Portsman, because if it was Portsman, Edgeworth would just be like, yo, I heard your voice like 10 minutes ago, man, or whatever. But, no, I have no idea who this is. So, hell yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably a person from a later case, because I know that it's like a smuggling or like a drug ring, and like a lot of the killers are related, like Callisto U and Quercus Alba. We'll get there eventually. I know he's a massive problem, apparently. We'll see. Cammy Meal, and then what's the other guy? Lance Lewis. No, I'm pretty sure it's Lance. That sounds right. Who held me at gunpoint? Oh, maybe it's the Sheena, the detective lady. Oh, wait, isn't that Callisto U? I remember seeing a breakdown of that. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes? I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? Yatagarasu. It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven, a three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about? Yes, it is the marking of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Haunts the embassy, the noble Yatagarasu, vigilante of the business world, reappears. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. Corporate dealings exposed. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. It's not Kay Faraday. I know she's like the little thief or something, but I think it's related to her. I don't know. That's one thing I don't know. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu? Yatagarasu, organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming back, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Oh, so Turnabout Airlines is in the past. Oh, okay. Oh, it's on a fucking plane. He's flying back. No shit. Without using story mode. Yeah, I'm good. No story mode for me. Why is it jumping down by like... Oh, because I'm not supposed to be using those arrows. Okay, yep. We're going to overwrite the save here. And we're going to... Francisca's here? I know she showed up as like a kid in the later. I didn't know she showed up there. It's crazy. Alright, so before we head to the bye-bye wrapping up, let me check this out. So, okay, it was like a kind of simple case, but I still got lost, but that's fine. I know that happens. That happens to me because I'm stupid. So I have no like, but I'm not gonna go, oh, this case tripped me up too much. No. I honestly was like a little caught off guard. I genuinely thought it was gonna be Portsman who did both or some shit, or like the nameplate thing was like a bit too obvious. I kind of thought I like a case that's not like too convoluted, but I can still like follow along with it. But like not, it's still an intro case and not too crazy. No, I don't think it's mid. I think it's like just like right here. Because Turnabout Serenade has a lot of problems. This one I didn't really think there were a lot of problems. I kind of liked Portsman's character. I liked how a lot of things went. Just, you know, it's a simple intro case. Nothing else that needed to be. It didn't like drag on, honestly. I think it was kind of, I mean, near the end I felt a little like, oh, I thought we were going to wrap it up there. But that's because there's more mystery to it, obviously. You know, I assume like all the cases are going to be linked or at least like kind of similar. So, you know, there's only so much I can pull from it, I guess. But yeah, of course, that might move later depending on how things turn out in later cases or whatever. But for now, I think I like that placement. And with that out of the way, that is going to do it for me tonight. So, as I mentioned, I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably like 12 hours from now, you know, going from midnight to noon. That is my guess. I have a good feeling that that's going to happen. You know, definitely Animal Crossing for sure, 1,000,000% for sure. And then I will probably have time to do Ace Attorney investigations. I know I'm going to be doing a good amount of things in Animal Crossing. So, point is, I'll probably set it as if I'm going to do both, and then I'll just change my mind if, you know,
something comes up or whatever. But yeah, no, I can't really think of anything else. We got the first case out of the way, which is what I figured. I think the first one's the shortest, so tomorrow I don't think we'll beat Turnabout Airlines. So, and you know what? That's fine. I don't really want to. I'd like to kind of just like keep things moving. Don't really push it. Can't think of anything else. Nope. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me tonight. Time zones are pretty stupid if you think about it. And hey, you have a good night. I love you.